On the 17th of July, I joined VRchat for the first time in VR. I somewhat knew what to expect and have watched lots of videos on YouTube before. If you don't know what it is, here you go.
Welcome to my mind, yeah!
I'm not retarded. I guess I'm not retarded. I guess I'm retarded. Okay, I'm making 7 figures. I'm making 7 figures. I'm retarded. That's retarded.
You can do basically anything you want. I found on YouTube, most videos either glorify this game, or they try to tell you other terrible things. This video, I'll try to be non-biased and give my honest thoughts and experiences on my first week in the game. This video will be split into 2 parts, my day and a topic of interest. I will talk about my day and then interview some of the VRchat community about their experience with certain topics. Will this game improve my social skills and give me a fun experience? Or is the game darker than it seems? Watch the video to find out. Day 1, I joined my friend Frank, and unfortunately, I don't have any footage. We started off just roaming through worlds looking for something interesting, until we found a world you might see appear a lot in this video, drinking time. And we just chilled out, talking to a couple guys, until eventually a girl came up to us and asked if we wanted to play Never Have I Ever. The people we met had all been drinking, so it made the game so funny. And it's an experience that I won't forget in VRchat. That pretty much wraps up the first night, as we weren't playing for long. But my first impression on the game was good, or so I thought. So tell us a bit about yourself, introduce yourself.
I'm Deadshot Zero. I've been playing this game consistently for about 4 months now, and yeah, I've really been loving it.
It feels like I'm being interviewed.
It is.
So I'm ready for you guys.
Oh God!
To be honest.
Hello, I'm Mentological, and I've been playing for 2 weeks.
Hi, I'm Amara. Everybody calls me Zombie Girl. I have been playing since February.
So do you have any experience in the drinking and clubbing scene of VRchat?
I absolutely do. It's actually what I play this game for. It's really, really, really fun. And cool vibes, it's different.
I have experienced like a couple of people who were completely plastered in VRchat, because, you know, why not? Me, myself, no, because 15. But, yeah, I have seen people go party in VRchat, which is always interesting.
Yeah, I have a couple of friends who do the same thing. I haven't really been in it myself, because it's just not something that I'd be really interested in, but I have plenty of friends who I've seen completely just smashed to the point where they're like incomprehensible. And it's not something horrible, but it's not my thing.
I definitely have. That's normally where I go to have fun and, you know, find people to just drink and dance with.
I've had some little parts in that. It's weird. That's all I can really say about it right now.
Do you see it as a positive or a negative that people have access to it so easily from their homes?
It's too convenient. It's just way too convenient to just be able to hop on but being able to drink and talk to people right when you want to is fun.
Oh, like partying and stuff? Absolutely a positive. You know, you can meet people from across the world and party with them. Just like talk about life, how's life different in other countries and stuff. It's always fun.
I mean, yeah, it's really more or less a positive than a negative. You can't really truly take advantage of anyone in this kind of area. There's not much you can do to someone else, so there's really just nothing horribly wrong with it.
It definitely depends on the age, I think. It definitely is a bad thing if like a 8-year-old child is trying to go to these drinking things compared to someone who's older and is able to like actually make their own decisions.
I actually agree with her. I find it a bit disturbing that children tend to have access to things that necessarily weren't meant for them, and they seem to get away with getting into these rooms because they can lie easily. It's just very disturbing for somebody my age to go into an adult room and majority is children. So it's kind of wrong.
Have you had any
You never feel alone.
good or bad experiences that you would like to share?
I've only had good experiences. Most memorable is just sitting and drinking night with my buds, and we play the board game and just talk about life. It's really nice.
I haven't had any bad experiences that I can like remember all too much. Just, you know, again, little kids being immature. And then a really cool thing that I did one day is I played for like 6 hours with these people, and we were literally laughing for 6 hours straight. And it was the best night I probably had on VR in a while. Or ever, honestly.
Mine's a little different. Anytime that I get on, it's mainly people just saying derogatory things. Everybody's normally rude, saying rude comments, saying really inappropriate sexual comments. I've only had one good experience, and that was in one of the rooms, the little back rooms game that they first came out with. It's the only time that there wasn't a bunch of kids in there because they were all scared of it. Other than that, it's normally just extremely bad. Just everybody's being rude and nasty, and sometimes I don't even want to get on here because I just can't do what these kids are saying.
So I started day 2 with high hopes, expecting to have a fun chilled out night, but oh boy was I wrong. I joined the Black Cat, bad idea I know, and instantly hear a mosh pit in the bathroom. I walk in and there's just a huge group of people talking, arguing, dancing, and it was just absolutely insane. Eventually I started talking to these 2 people, one was Australian like me, so we had a lot to talk about. I just spent the whole night taking the piss out of people. That was until 2 people started arguing and the whole world divided into 2 groups arguing non-stop. It was funny but chaotic. Eventually it died down and we spent the rest of the night in a drawing world just messing around. If you don't know already, the Black Cat is basically just the most crazy place in VRchat. There's a lot of children, so it's just insane. You can't chill out without little kids coming up and trying to fight you. Here's a clip that I have.
Nikito.
Bag Chaser was talking.
Bro, Bag Chaser was talking shit.
Like a annoying squeaker.
Okay, Candace.
Bag Chaser.
Cool, bro.
Bro, you gotta go off on him. Bag Chaser.
He was chatting mad.
Boy, who you crusty ass talking to, you black monkey? Go pick out of you nasty, dirty, stinky bitch. Nigga, shut the fuck up, cause you won't do shit when I pull to your house. Shut the fuck up. Shut your bitch ass up, you nasty ass nigga. I will fucking your mom behind the fucking KR, boy. Shut your bitch ass up, you blue cheese body with that boy. Caught you taking land in your booty hole with your bum you nasty stinky boy. Who the fuck you crusty ass talking to? You really fucking grandma, you nasty ass boy. Fucking twerking behind Caitlyn. Boys, that's why you have to listen to this. Come on, shut your bitch ass up. Bro, you loud monkey, you shithead. Shut your bitch ass up.
Oh my god, bro. You know, fuck this little bitch ass kid, bro. You're talking
boy,
shit over
shut your nasty, crusty lips ass up, boy. I'm really about to get on your gorilla body built ass boy.
Try to talk shit on
your
me.
grandma.
Yeah, it may seem a bit intense, but you get used to it. You can either enjoy the chaos and go in there, or you can just go to your private worlds and enjoy with your friends. I'm about a month in at the time of recording this, and I've made lots of friends that I play with every day. It's up to you what you want to do. Now we're going to be talking about the crashes, the doxing, toxicity of VRchat. So, do you think VRchat as a community is toxic?
I absolutely do, and it's definitely a problem that they're going to have to figure out.
To a degree, yeah. Especially if you go into like super popular servers such as the Black Cat, it's nearly impossible to just go into a server and have a nice time without at least like one 8-year-old saying the N-word 5 times. But yet again, you can always just mute them, kick them, report them, the whole shebang. But one of my favorite strategies to try to deal with toxicity is try to fight them back with kindness and just like, you know, try to ask about their day. Of course, they're gonna just try to call you slurs, but it's kind of ineffective whenever they're trying to, the person that you're trying to call a slur is just asking you if you want a hug.
Like, I've had my fair share of the same moments. I've had my fair share of the same moments, especially in Black Cat, like he said. And with being on PC, it's a lot more prominent because the avatars people can make is just absolutely horrendous when it comes to destroying people and stuff like that. And how people act towards one another is not something that I personally take any offense to. But I don't like it when people come up to me and just start calling me slurs and stuff like he said. It's not nice. And I've wanted to take a break from VRchat, especially the public scene, because of how toxic it is. But I mainly just stay on because of some of my friends. I don't really go too far.
I have not met anyone too toxic on here other than the minors that think that they can just get away with everything. But like all of the older adults that I have met on here have not been toxic. Everyone that I've met in like the drinking rooms and stuff have all been like super chill. We've always been drinking, smoking, and just doing, you know, whatever to pass the time and enjoy the time together.
I agree with her. Minors are the only things that are really the most toxic of it all.
What is a toxic experience that you've experienced in the past, or even recently, if any?
The Black Cat, there's just always someone in there running around screaming the N-word. It's just the norm at this point. It's bad.
I mean, today was super toxic because there was a bunch of kids kind of following us around, and when we tried to go to a private room, they made it a point to try to get in there before we locked the door, and that alone is just not, that's toxic to me. That's immature. And like, why go out of your way to make somebody feel, or three people to feel uncomfortable to have to go to a private room and lock it without you?
With knowing that we 3 are adults and they were still trying to be up in the business.
Have you ever been crashed, doxed, or anything to do with those lines? Or known anyone?
Doxed, no. But crashed, oh my god, I have like a whole Bible of the amount of times I've been crashed. Usually it's in public servers or just people doing it because they think it's funny. But it's really annoying, especially if you find like a big, nice group of people that you're having a nice time with, but you forget to friend any of them. And then now they're gone forever, which is very annoying, like a time in the Black Cat, of course.
word for word what he said. It's just annoying. I can't stand it. Getting crashed is just some of the dumbest shit ever. There's no reason to do it other than just to be hilarious, even though it causes nothing. It just kind of messes with someone's day, and I don't understand why that's funny or anything.
I have been crashed once, and it was actually by a minor. I was in the 18 plus drinking room, and he was like, "Oh, you want to see something funny?" Because I was like, "Can you leave? You're 18." And then all of a sudden my game completely just went to crap. Closed the entire game, went to the Oculus menu, and I was like, okay then.
I started off in a world named Soft Space. I just listened to everyone talk and struggled to get a word in. That was until I came upon a little group in a circle just talking about random things. Something that surprised me so much was about VRchat is how open everyone is about their disorders and how supportive everyone is. We all gotta admit the highlight of VRchat has to be Among Us.
Is he innocent? Is he cool? Do you think he's chill? I'm gonna be honest, he kind of seems shady to me, but that's because I don't know him that well. So,
do you want me to kill him?
I'm not saying anything.
Now
All jokes aside, the game is really fun, and I spent like 3 hours playing Among Us with that little group that I found, and that brought me to the end of my night. Phantom sense is a phenomenon that people experience in VR, where they feel a sense of presence or warmth when someone touches them. It's also common in amputees, where they feel sensations where their limbs were lost. My experience with phantom sense is somewhat strong. I get a sense in my face and hair when people touch it. Here are some of my friends explaining their experience. It's all about the toxicity, and now we're on to phantom. So do you believe in phantom sense?
At first I was skeptical. I thought it was fake until I had my own experience.
Yes, in fact, I do have a very light degree of phantom touch. Not pain, hallelujah. But I have noticed that whether it's just like getting hit with something in VR, I'll feel like a slight brush or something. Or in Blade and Sorcery, whenever I'm like walking through, you know, a bit of sunlight, I'll feel like a bit of warmth on my face, which I always found interesting because the human brain is wild, and the fact that it can just make you feel things because you would expect to feel them is crazy to me. I like that, to a degree.
I've had the same experience as him. I've got a very, very slight sense of phantom sense all over me. Touch, I should say. And it's fairly interesting to deal with. It's not really a hindrance. It's fascinating to me to try and understand why it even works. Because your brain tries to fill in the gaps on why, like, just as an example, say a fake butterfly landed on your hand. If it happened in real life, you'd feel that butterfly moving around, just kind of chilling there on your fingers. And because you can see it in the game, your brain tries to fill it in. So you'll start feeling little sensations on your fingers as if it's like actually there.
Yes. But I don't know, it's different for everybody, but I also, grew up in a house that was, I would say, was pretty much haunted. I've seen the weird shit and all that. So even when it comes to my own imagination, even if it is imagination, sometimes that phantom touch, I can feel it.
So how and when did you experience these phantom senses?
It was a few months ago. I was in Movies and Chill. They had this comb prop in there, and someone started brushing it against my head, and for the first time ever, actually, like, it really felt like something was grazing through it, almost like a tingling. It's weird.
So would you guys be able to try to describe how phantom sense feels for you? And do you like the feeling of it?
Yeah. I have multiple different types of phantom touch, it appears, after, going through different games and such, but through, like, getting shot and stuff, slashed, stabbed, whatever, the whole shebang of walking through a single session of VRchat, it's kind of just as if you kind of get like slightly brushed with a small object. I do have multiple friends who actually have phantom pain to such a degree that they literally cannot play some games because they feel intense pain whenever they get shot or stabbed. Me personally, it's just a light brush, a bit of weird like warmth or cold on my arm. That's about it.
Exactly the same thing. Like, it's not even a problem. I do fairly much enjoy it. Like I said, because it's just the interesting factor for me. But like he said, if something were to slash and stab me right now, or just mess with my legs, like even if I'm like sitting to a certain way, like if I'm cross-legged like my avatar is right now, it would, like, if something touched my leg, I'd feel it the same way that my avatar would be feeling it. It's like I said, your brain just fills in everything. It's really interesting and pretty cool to me.
It feels like somebody's taking their nails or just their fingertips and lightly just raising upon you. And honestly, it feels pretty good. It kind of tickles. It gives you goosebumps and you're just like, whoa. It looks funnier when I do that in person, but yeah, it kind of gives you the chills.
Do you like the feeling, and would you recommend it to someone else to try to train their brain to have this cool feature?
I think that people should definitely try it out, especially if they're going to play this game a lot. It's just worth it if you're already playing, and it's something different and new.
By day 4, I'd gotten pretty familiar with the mechanics of the game and a lot more comfortable with talking to people on VRchat, and could just walk up to conversations without too many troubles. I started my night by joining Soft Space and met 2 people who were talking about how different the world is in certain countries compared to us, and also they were the typical squeakers as you find in most worlds. I stayed there for about half an hour, then decided to move on to a new world, perhaps something that would give me a night to remember. Good old drinking night. I met a guy named Deadshot and instantly knew it was going to be an insane night. Within the hour we and somehow ended up in karaoke. Everyone was singing, drinking, laughing, had the time of our lives. We went chilled in movie night, watched an episode of Naruto to chill, had some deep chats, and then went straight back to the party. We went to drinking night and met a guy named Ark who loved drinking games. Just us 3 played heads or tails. We were all messed up. Then we went out and challenged others to games. We even tried getting Deadshot a girlfriend. That went not so well. The night ended in me in a sleep world drifting off to sleep. I apologise about my voice, I'm feeling sick at the moment.
It's still raining. Why is it still raining? I did what I was supposed to.
Day 5 was another interesting night, and I discovered a part of VRchat that isn't as in the spotlight. It seems people use VRchat as an outlet to get out of day-to-day struggles of life. If you join a VRchat clubs, it seems as if everyone is having a good time, having a bit of a drink, but as you talk to them, the more you realise it isn't just a bit of fun. People spend all of their waking hours drinking and partying to get out of day-to-day life. It even seems that in the past couple of days I've partaken in this lifestyle myself. I've spent all day, every day, and most nights playing. The night started at a VR club and we made our way to karaoke again, and then at some point ended up at a Russian world, and the whole experience was just a bit weird. But with VRchat, that's how it always is, you never know. A mirror dweller is someone who spends all or most of their time sitting in front of a mirror in VRchat. It's extremely common and I don't have any problems with it, as I'm basically one myself. but some people take it to an unhealthy level. Sitting in front of a mirror, not even talking to anyone, not doing anything else except just staring at themselves, ignoring people who try to spark a conversation. Mirror dwelling is believed to plant bodies more fear, and mainly so people can feel like they are who they show themselves as in the game. Here's what my friends think about it.
So what do you think the fixation around mirrors in VR is?
I think people want to see themselves as their avatars, which isn't a bad thing, but I've also heard from close friends of mine that it's like an identity issue maybe, or it just helps them see themselves as what they want to be.
Well, I think this does kind of tie in with escapism. People are very likely to choose avatars that they would rather try to look like in real life. I can't say I like to be glowing in real life though, but it would be neat. But I feel like people looking at themselves in the mirror really just kind of try to feel as though like that's the real them. They have the body type that they want, the hair color that they want, the unique features that they want in VR in the mirror. And this all kind of ties in with escapism because they want to escape the thought of their real body.
See, personally for me, like, looking at a mirror in VRchat, it's not like, whoa, that's what I want to be. For me, it's like the technical thing. It's just cool to make something like that. But like he said, for escapism, some people will literally get on this game, switch into something that they want to be, look at that mirror and just stare at it because that's who they are. They don't care about their real life self anymore because to them, this is real life. This is what they want in life, not what they're currently living. And it's, to me, a huge problem.
So for me, I find it a lot easier to look in the mirror and talk to the people that are next to me compared to like looking at like who is talking to me at all times, especially because I'm down here and most of the people that I'm talking to are like way up there. It's just easier for me to look in the mirror and look at them instead of me like turning my whole like avatar head to the person.
Same thing, it's a better way to locate people.
Do you spend a lot of time around mirrors?
I definitely do. I don't know why I'm addicted. I enjoy it a lot. I feel like I've had the most chats there. I've made the most friends, and yeah.
I have fairly certain interactions with mirrors, like maybe 3 different categories. I try to stay far away from them when I'm in a public session on my own. If I'm with people, of course, I'll be in front of the mirror messing around with everybody else, but it's not just for me. And then looking around for avatars, you kind of need the mirror to see what it looks like. So it's kind of just a given to use the mirror. But I would never just stand in front of the mirror to stand in front of the mirror and look at myself. Like, I already know what my avatar looks like. I don't really need to stare at it constantly and get that kind of sense.
I think most of the time that I spend on VR is in front of a mirror, honestly. And that's not because I'm looking at myself, because I already know what my avatar looks like. It's when I talk to other people.
I'm only in front of it depending on the room I'm in. If the majority of people are around the mirror, I'll go around there for a minute. But if it's a room with like a game in it, then I'm just running around the room playing the game.
And do you think, I've heard some people say to me that there's a correlation between phantom sense and mirrors. What do you think that is?
From my own personal experience also, I've definitely seeing it helps me feel it even more. I don't know, it just makes it more real.
Well, I believe that mirrors really tie in and help build up and really increase and intense the feelings of phantom touch. Because whenever you're in a mirror, every time you make a movement, your avatar makes the same movement. You make a small little shuffle to the left, you can see your entire avatar shuffle to the left, and it starts to, at least in my idea, kind of tie in your avatar with your real body. it makes you think that, like, this is not really you, but more of an extension of yourself, and you should probably be feeling the same things.
Dude, like, having that kind of interaction with the mirror and stuff like that, like he just said, it'll mimic everything you do. Like me messing around with my hands right now, I can see that. It makes my hands feel real. Especially if I were to go out and get full body tracking, then I'd be able to see my legs lift up in the air, my whole waist shift. I'd be able to see all of that, and that would make it like feel more real to some people. Just to the extent where it's like, yep, this is me now. Not my other life, this is me. So, like mirrors and phantom sense and all that, it does tie into it extremely. Having phantom sense and phantom touch derives from mirrors, in my opinion, because it's just, you can see what's happening to you. You can feel it because your brain is putting it into your head. Because you've been on here long enough, or you've felt it long enough to the point where you can understand that this is another part of you, even if it's not real.
As I start to get to my later days in my first week, I've started to realise what VRchat is really about. I've been enjoying this community so much and will definitely be a big part of my life in the future. This is day 6. I started off meeting with my dead friend Deadshot, and we just world hopped for a bit, but unfortunately we were both dreadful at starting conversations. So we just decided to see what's going on in the chaos ring log of the Black Cat. We got absolutely roasted by a kid multiple times until eventually some people we knew got online. Chilled out for a while until everyone got online, and that's when the real fun began. We joined a world and they played a few drinking games. After about an hour of fun, unfortunately I had to get off for work. While I was cool, all I could think about was VRchat. Was this an addiction? Later on after work I got back on VRchat, and we went to soft space to chill with people. Deadshot got online and we got a pretty big group by a mirror, just relaxing and talking. A few of the people were selective mutes and was virtually my first experience with them. If you don't know what a selective mute is, it's when someone either chooses not to speak, either due to anxiety or any other factors. When I first heard about selective mutes, I was somewhat confused about it. As I spent more time with someone, I understand it a bit more, and realised that just because you don't speak doesn't mean that you're not as fun to hang out with in any way. One of the first people I met was Sarah, a selective mute girl that I met while playing soft space. She was funny, good to chill with. After we left soft space, we went to watch Minions and movie and chill, and then a few episodes of SAO and LS Media. After that, I was ready to sleep. So have you ever slept in VR?
I slept, no, I have like laid down for a long while in VR, I can't say that, but sleeping in VR has always kind of been a weird thing to think about for me, because the long-term effects of, I don't know, probably like eye strain and stuff can't be healthy for you. Probably even worse if you're laying down for extended periods of time, like me, you know, you wake up with a headache or something like that. And I've always been interested in whenever people are actually going to be able to spend days in VR without being able to take their headset off. So I'm interested to see what happens in the future whenever that's actually a feasible thing to do.
Yeah, sleeping in VR for me is something I've never wanted to try. I've done it technically to appease some of my friends. Basically, I just sat there and laid down and turned my phone on and watched something. I'm not going to fall asleep in VR because of the long-term health effects. It's not good for you in almost any way. Hell, hell, being on this for multiple hours a day, let alone at least 5, is nowhere near good for your eyes.
Health or mental risks associated with it? With sleeping in VR?
Yeah, I mean, in all reality, you have your own life outside of VR, and if you're sleeping in VR, that can definitely mess with, like, your mental health rather than, like, anything else. Or even if you're just playing for hours and you don't take care of yourself, that can cause a lot of health problems as well. So it's just about taking care of yourself and balancing your games and your actual life compared to, other things.
Not just that, you can actually physically hurt your own real body. Especially if you're wearing, like, one of the, mask, helmet, whatever you want to call it. You can physically hurt yourself. Plus the mental problems, plus whatever else comes with it. You're not going to be right, no matter what you do, if you keep treating this like it's real life.
So yes, some people, they fall asleep in VR as an escape from the real world, and they wake up and they keep playing after long sessions. How do you guys feel about that?
Well, that all kind of ties in with the thought of escapism. We all do a bit of escapism, whether that be a food that you like, a small game that you play, anything like that. But whenever it comes to something like spending more than a day in escapism, it can't be healthy for either, physical and mental health, honestly. Whenever escapism starts to blend in with regular life, I feel like that's whenever problems really arise.
Yeah, starting to change out your real life for something as fake as VRchat, it can really mess with your psychological state and your mental mind. Like, it could ruin you in certain regards. If you're using VRchat as an escape, you can stay on it for hours or something like that. That's understandable, but you can't stay multiple days in a row on the thing. Let alone, it won't just ruin your mind, it'll ruin your eyes, your physique, it'll just make everything a lot worse for you. VR is okay, but just not in long-term, sessions. You can't stay for multiple days. You need breaks.
This is my last day of my recorded week in VRchat. By now, I have a whole friend group who I hang out with, and still do to this day. I'd like to take a moment to thank them. Wild, my first recurring friend in VRchat. Deadshot, my good mate who I spend nearly all my time in VRchat with. Orby, you're a bit strange, but thanks for everything. Bomber, you're a funny cunt. And everyone else on VRchat who I played with in the past or the future. I'd also like to thank all of the people who stood up and did an interview with me. It really means a lot. Sneaky, Lunchboy, Deadshot, Mythological, and Zombie Girl. Thanks for everything. My 7th day wasn't anything special, I just hung out with my friends in a private world, and then watched some movies later on. As I got further into the game, I discovered more and more sides to it every day. It isn't just a game, it's a platform. Months into VRchat recording this audio and I still play it and enjoy every second I spend inside of it. Every time you get on, you don't know what kind of experience you have. Endless possibilities, conversations, and friends. I think everyone should try this game out at least to see if they like it. Because for me, it's been an experience I won't forget. And I'm still going to keep playing it.
Yeah, VRchat is really just a hub space. It's somewhat of a place where everybody can go to and experience some sort of happiness and joy. Of course, there's the toxic people every now and then, but if you find a standard group of people who will treat you like a normal human being, it's great.
VRchat right now for me is just like meeting new people. Because I'm so new to it still, I'm learning a lot new things and I'm meeting a lot more friends. And I grew up in the gaming community and I love having online friends.
VRchat is a nice way to just find groups of friends, make people laugh, find people from different parts of the world, really just communicate with people that regularly you would rarely be able to talk to, find out different facets of life and stuff like that.
Bit of a cooler social media, even though it's not fully fixed yet. It's just something fun for me right now. I can escape work in this. I'm not stuck drawing or planning the next piercing. So it's a bit of a reality shift for a moment.
You can get on whenever you want, do whatever you want to some extent, and just be you without being judged for what you are.
So this platform is just honestly a way to make a lot more friends in an easier way, and I look cute while doing it. So
just a really interesting way to find stories, make people laugh, and just a fun game, really.
I definitely think that you should give it a try. It's very fun. It really helps. It's helped me open up personally, so I feel like it could do the same for a lot of people.
Because nobody knows what you look like, nobody knows the real you. You can be yourself without being yourself, if you know what I mean.
I was in the Just Be Club, and I was just kind of like sitting in a room, scrolling through worlds as like a plague doctor. And this dude wearing nothing just comes and points at me, screams, and then runs out. Which was hilarious to me. I was laughing for 5 minutes straight. And some dude's in like a bathroom, Because, why not? Life's life, right? But yeah. Variety of things that happen.
I think therapy is weird, honestly. I don't care if you do it though. I've heard a lot of people use full body tracking for it. I've heard some minor things about Bluetooth vibrators. I hope it's not real. I think that you keep your word.
Have you experienced any of the phantom senses? Like, how does it mess it up?
Okay, cut it out. Restart.
Fuck off, you fucker! Dude, fuck off! Stop! I can feel all of that, dude. Wait. Okay, look. Ah, fuck, bro. Fuck out here,
Relax. Crimes against the Republic will not go unnoticed, and you shall be reported to the Grand the Jedi Council.
No.
You must drink. Next round, you must drink. Or face the death of the Republic.
Forgot, you can't do arms, you can't do it. I was trying to fucking fist bump you and you can't fist bump. I'll punch you in the dick a bunch of times.